this is why you got this 2021 dating experience, why I said earlier, where everybody seems to forget one another. Everybody seems to be for self. I'm about self-love, self-evaluation, self-growth, self-accomplishment, self-grandizement. Like, it's always about self, especially because when you have a large portion of people that feel like, well, I'm not going to be shamed because of mistakes I made in my past or the choices I made or where I am now in my current situation. Instead of me assessing myself enough to say, hey, you know what, I got to do better. It's like, no, I'm going to say, hey, well, the world is what created those circumstances, and it wasn't anything I did. And now I'm just going to focus on self to change those situations. And to me, I think that you can't change. A book I read, if you want to change the fruit, you got to change the root. So all of this stuff that's happening around you, to me, it starts from where inside of you. Because like what you said, hey, if you change the way you look at things, if you look at things, they'll change. It doesn't mean that the circumstance change, but now your views are different. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? But everybody just nowadays seeing it like, they out to get me. This person talking about me. This person behind my back selling me out. This person seem to be trying to throw shots, and all of that is in your mind. Internally in your heart, is messing with what you see and how you see life. How you gonna move?
Let me tell you something that's so true about that. Do you know I don't know a person, I'm gonna tell you right now, and I've been in a lot of stuff. I met a lot of messy people. I don't know a person who don't have so much stuff going on in their own life that they're gonna dedicate their life now to yours. I've never seen it. I see people say, oh man, it's crazy what happened, but that's so crazy. What happened? They can talk about what happened in your life, and that's it. But there's people that feel like that some people are conjuring up things, and it's like, come on, you don't even understand. The guy ain't even thinking about you. Or the girl ain't thinking about you no more. And you still carrying this coronavirus fear to you, and people are over it. Mm-hmm. When we were talking about, I remember last year, we were saying, you think people gonna care? And I was like, man, I don't know if people gonna care.
Right. We had these discussions with the quarantine conversation.
That people didn't care about death, and now you thinking somebody care about your little this, your little that. I'm saying, man, they don't care. And I'm just saying, you got to get back to saying, hey, what's important to me? So I'm not against self-love. I think, guess what? I think if you love yourself, you make it easy for the person to love you too. But at the same time, man, you got an opportunity here, and you already shooting it down. Well, $1 million, or what is it, or what he really want, or what's his motive, or what, like life too short, man. Life too short for that. So I just personally feel like 2021, and we're talking to you in particular, ladies, men too. How about let's try not to do anything we did before? Man, I'm looking for a great woman.
Right.
I'm looking for a great man. Okay, well, without getting into details, how about we throw away everything you did up to now? Because it got you here.
Right. And
let's throw it out the door.
This whole thing right here make everybody feel like I'm settling, Pastor. Like, I don't want to settle. I hear what you're saying, but I just feel like I'd be settling if I did this. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? And then I heard somebody say some other day, like, hey, that's the whole part of it. You're supposed to be settling down. Like, that settle isn't, it might have been last week. Yeah. It's just saying that, hey, listen, settling down ain't so bad, but everybody feel like if I settle though, like, he okay, cool, but he ain't got this, and he lacking in this area, and I feel like I'll be settled. Yeah. To me, I feel like, how are you going to grow with somebody? How do you expect them to grow with you? When you know you got flaws, you know you got issues, problems, but you look at their flaws, issues, and problems and say, well, I'm going to be settling for them as if you completely perfect. You can't throw stones, you live in a glass house. Yeah. You see what I'm saying?
And I'm personally going to tell y'all this, like, I mean, I could have never lived like this, but I'm going to tell y'all that. It never could have happened in my story. Mm-hmm. Let me say it. Here it is, 2021. Took me some years to say this, but you may have to look for love online. Let me tell you why I feel like this now. Because now, if I'm a man, I'm single again. Like my wife, she knows a lot of people. She always talking to this, helping people about. If I'd have met her in a different scenario, she might very well be on the phone if I sit in the store. Mm-hmm. So, can I holler at a person if you're on the phone? It's almost rude, right?
Right.
You on the phone. People are always in their world now. Now it's not. It used to be rude to just go into a store on the phone. They're like, girl, I'm getting ready to go to the store to call the phone. Mm-hmm. Now it's like, girl, I'm in here. They could be in line at the bank. Bluetooth. People got Bluetooth, but like, so now you're only, I mean, you can't limit yourself no more to, oh man, I'm too sure, I may have to interrupt people. I'm just saying, man, the online world is everybody. That's the reason why people not really talking, because True story. I was at a service not too long ago. I was in Virginia, and I had just came. Right? I had just got there. The guy was, hey man, this guy from Florida, da da da. That's all I heard is the pastor say about me. And by the time I got up, they sung the song. Time I got up, I said, hey, pastor, da da this, and I watched these people in the back holding the phone, like I already got you like the place. You ain't got to tell us. Like
we know.
Already subscribed. Like
we looked up.
And it's like we gonna find you. Know what I'm saying? I have to be open to the world of man, ladies, men. What you? I mean, I hate to say this, man, but you know, I mean, some of y'all gotta clean up some of your personal website.
Listen,
I mean,
you just said something that was so simple but so deep.
Yeah.
The reason why, as a man, sometimes I look at some of the things that us fellas do, and in this new 2021 world, I'm like, bro, they gon' find you.
They gon' find you, man.
Listen.
I don't even have my own thing. They found me and they sung one song. Girl, like, subscribe, done, got you already.
But the thing is, like you said, they gonna find you. Meaning that this is the way that we
all do it. We all do. We Google people. We do everything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If I want to go somewhere to eat, I've never been. I'm gonna look at the review. I'm gonna look at the menu. I'm gonna look at the pictures. Same thing when it comes to somebody. When a person approached me coming to my bubble, what I just wrote down is everybody in their own bubble. This thing creates a perception of my reality. I can say, okay, well, regardless of my circumstance, as long as I got my laptop and I got my phone, I can create a bubble, a force field of my thoughts and the way I feel, and nobody can come into that and disrupt that because this is my bubble.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So regardless of we in the supermarket or we out and about, I can say, you know what? Dang, it's boring. Ain't nobody talking to me. Let me get in my bubble. Or, hey, you know what, man, I don't even, it seems like nothing going on right now. I can get in my bubble. I can always go back and close into my bubble, get my phone. Okay, I'm on my Instagram. I'm just checking my time. Oh, hey, I'm good. Yeah. You see that? And then now when it comes to relationships, people feel like, hey, I'm in my own bubble. That's why you say, hey, I might have to interrupt her. I might have to get into her bubble just to make myself.
So I'm saying the online, first of all, let me ask you, because I know some people, like my wife can find anything. My wife can find anything. I'm putting my money on her. Anybody, anything. My wife look at it like, I like that. I find it. Girl, that ain't number 14. Like, she'll find it. She gonna find it right now.
They got big speed.
Ladies, I want to know this right now. How many of y'all have found a dude, checked on a dude, researched the dude, and didn't have to even talk to him? You did it all online. I want to know. I want to see hands. You can give me some admitting. I want to see, yes, I'm the girl that uses technology. I am not going to have a conversation with him. I'm going to search. I don't see if he got pictures about his kid. I mean, I want to know how many of y'all ladies done went in a straight up investigator, law and order mode.
Hold on. Continue.
I don't believe all y'all did. I want to know who out here don't mind saying, hey, I can find out what I need. We ain't even got to talk.
Right. And this is what happened. He might step down. He might get your number or whatever. Okay, you might get his number. Next thing you know, you in Pinterest, you in Twitter, you in TikTok, you in Instagram.
Tell me y'all ain't looking at me.
You trying to figure out before I even step out here in this water, before I even dab my foot to see how warm or how cold it, I'm about to go ahead and do my fact checking, do my resourcing. You see what I'm saying? And this is what happens nowadays. This is why I'm like, bro, how can certain men do certain things and under the assumption that they not gonna get caught when a person can take my picture and then find out who I am without knowing my name, without even have to ask me my name. They be, you the dude that be, I was at work the other day, they were like, you the dude be on Instagram and Facebook, don't you? I seen you, because you was talking about this, because I don't even know this a woman name. And this happened more than once. So I'm just saying.
So you say you can do it by picture, not even by name?
I'm not saying that you can't do it. I'm saying some are skilled enough. Like you talking about you put your money on Tina. The person she was like, what church you go to? Okay, I look up the church. Let me see if I see a picture of him.
I'm talking about man. She can find about outfit, man. Find your outfit, cuz she find what you got on.
That's what they got. They got the Bixby on the phone. They got what iPhone got a Siri. You see what I'm saying? So now it's like, listen, if I see this shirt, like, where you get this from? You know what? Let me take a picture of the shirt, then Siri.
It can't be that bad out here.
It's like that. All I'm saying is 2021 dating experience. I'm still looking at some of my bros and fellas like, bro, you gonna get caught, bro. Screenshot ain't no joke.
Screenshot is mean. What? You can't tweet on it. I deleted it, man. They screenshot
I screened it before you deleted it. So before you try to clear your tracks and
they're recording phone calls now.
Right. Listen, I got an app on my phone for coaching when it comes to that. When you can record the phone calls and then I'll send it back to my clients, be able to let them hear the session, whatever. But I'm saying that's part of the phone too. I don't even gotta ask your permission. Soon as you pick up the phone, it's recording the conversation. You see what I'm saying? So I mean, listen, this whole thing.
2021, man, it's changing. I'm just saying, man, get your phone skills together, man.
So in your opinion, Pastor, has technology and social media benefited or been a benefit or a detriment to dating in 2021?
I don't know, man. I have to give it percentages because it's both been both. It's been a benefit and a detriment. I think detriment because it causes so many distractions. To me, what makes a person almost lose sight of what you got. Like,
I agree.
Like you have this person with you, woman or man. So why are you so online looking at something? Like a woman takes a picture and the guy will like it like she took it for him.
Mm-hmm.
Or a woman looks online and sees this guy doing this, and you forget he's doing it for your like. He doesn't like you though.
Listen,
you know what I mean? And so, oh my God, I really like this shirt on him. I want you to be like, no, he's modeling. Or the girl is like, she's doing this for, this is her life now. I mean, she's a YouTuber. She like Instagram paying her. Like this is what she's doing.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So like I think that world makes people feel like they're that close to it, and you're so far away from it.
Man, listen, I remember one time, this is a true story, and my wife downstairs. I remember one time my wife got mad at me from seeing something online of her friend and her friend's husband doing for her for like Valentine's Day or birthday or something like that. Off of what she seen happen for her friend, all of a sudden now I'm not doing enough.
Your sorry self.
Oh, you know how you go from that, man, you crazy. What you said? What? And then that thing, nothing.
No, that's fine.
What's wrong with you? Why you?
Nothing. I just, you know.
You just did. And then like, what? I called you that night. I called you because I'm like, bro, man, this ain't it right here. Yeah. But that happened all because of the distraction, like you said. And to me,
and that's my point. That's a real thing.
Straight up, it happened to me. From real, true to life.
Yeah, it's real. It's real. And so I'm saying it can be a benefit. Ideas and stuff. I think sometimes a man think about this. I done seen things that I wanted for this and wanted for my my daughter, or for my wife, like, and I got that idea from something I saw online. Mm-hmm. So they benefited from something I saw online. I think it can be used for benefit, but that definitely can be a detriment. I know it can be a detriment. Right.
I think overall, if we're gonna have to choose one side, I'm gonna say it's a detriment.
Yeah.
You know, it is. You know, I have some women that can say, well, it benefited me because it definitely allowed me to see some things before I decided to commit to some things. Yep. So it helped. Yep. But at the end of the day, to me, it's still a distraction. It's still something where you start to see your situation and feel like, man, you know, I did get this car and I got on my own. I worked hard enough that I did this and that third. But now I'm just like, man, this ain't, you know what I mean? I just, you know that new Bentley truck coming out and this you know, they got the Ferrari trucks now too. You know, I'm just feeling like, man, I mean, you know, this ain't it like it was. So it's hard for people to see value, hard for people to hold on to what they got because it's so much of a broader world that now you got access to. It used to be back in the day, if you lived in a rural town or you was in a certain type of area, the women you had access to, that's it. The men that was in that city or that town, that's it. That's all you have to choose from. And not only that, but you don't see what all the outside world have to offer to where you feel like, you know what, I need to go to Atlanta. I need to be down in Miami. You see what I'm saying? And you have people nowadays that's looking and making real life decisions based off of what they seeing online, based off of what they seeing and feeling like, you know what, if I was here or if I was there, my life would be completely different.
I don't know. I mean, what you're saying is true. I hate it because it's so much online. I don't want to believe that that's the highest percentage. A high percentage shot that you do it online. I don't want to believe that, but man, it's hard to.
And this is why you got people doing you got people that don't believe what's going on out here. You got people doing this Gorilla Glue challenge and all this, all because of what they seeing online. Maybe it's because they feel like they want that same level of clout, or they feel like, oh, this is a lie, I'm about to disprove it. Or you feel like what Jeff say it's hard to judge people when people only post their best. So now you do have a person that say, hey, man,
I totally believe that.
I genuinely love this person. I'm genuinely in it. And like, he's just doing that for the ground.
Like I absolutely believe that. Here's the truth. Let me be honest with you. The reason why I have a tough time buying into online stuff, and I just try to be transparent as I know to be. You know, I'm just built that way. It's because most people fall in love with somebody else's highlights, and you missing the game.
That's a good point.
You fell in love with the highlight. Like you're looking at the highlights. It was a 3-hour game. In 3 minutes, you done fell in love with somebody, and you didn't see the plays that he gave up, or he missed a shot, or he didn't play defense, or play like you're missing her. Like this girl that's an Instagram model, she's doo-doo 18 times a day. Her stomach is tucked in. She's not even breathing in the picture. You see what I'm saying? Like, and she took 12 of them. She picked out 4 of them and showed you 2 of them. Mm-hmm. 9. You didn't even know that's the highlights. Mm-hmm. You're not even seeing the real her. And it's just, I don't understand how you fall in love with something like that. But then again, I don't know.
And then you got people that say, well, how I'm supposed to expect something real, Pastor?
Right.
Dude's not saying, hey, now women got fake lashes. They got the makeup. They started with men that had the fake lashes. They got the fake hair. They got fake nails. They got toes. They got that. Now you got dudes with the Beijing. You got some dude, they straight bald, got these little glue in units.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You
expect something real.
See, my point. I mean, I can take all of that. I'm just saying the goal got to be that you got to get closer to them fake lashes. Now, I can take a woman, I can take a man. I don't care what you're trying to do to make yourself better.
Some of them long in my finger. You see?
Like this. Yeah. I done seen them. I seen them where you can't see their eyes. You just see their lashes.
Right.
And
some of their lashes, they wiping the lashes from their mouth.
Yeah.
Because
it's like curtains.
Yeah,
but here's my point. I ain't tripping about whatever you feel like is going to enhance your beauty. What I am saying is that, hey, don't miss your opportunity trying to post highlights. Like, that's crazy. You see what I'm saying? Right. Like to me, this is not real life.
Right.
I couldn't, like, one of the things that's hard about being a pastor is because I recognize, like, if I had my own personal page right now, somebody want to be like, hey, man, look at me, what, man, like, I know people want to know, what is he doing behind the scene? Mm-hmm. What else is he doing outside of this? And I don't really know. I don't know if God would want, I don't know if that's healthy for everybody to be in every corner of your life. Mm-hmm. At the same time, I also don't think it's healthy to try to highlight the highlights of my life. You don't really know me.
Right. Yeah.
That's my biggest problem with social media. They see me preach, man, you don't really know me. You don't really know me, man. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And then when I hear this, pastor, you don't know me, man. You really don't know me. And I'm going to try to be happy. I'm trying not to kill you a little moment. But, it's crazy. Like I was talking about the ladies, sucking my stomach game. But men, I know men, like now you got men trying to, like, I want to laugh. Hold up. Before we take a picture, hold up. I see men doing the same stuff. I watch grown men. I said, hold up. You see that shadow? Hold up, that's my shot right there. I see grown men doing the same thing. And I said, man, just take the picture, man. Well, I don't know. I'm not really photogenic. But
let me see it first.
But here's my point. I said the thing to my daughter. How do you think people won't see you, the real you? If this picture's supposed to help you get closer to me,
right,
why take a picture of the highlight?
Yeah.
Like, show the real you.
Mm-hmm. Nah, cause when I
get to the real you, I'm gonna be like disappointed.
Mm-hmm. No,
I had no clue that you was a real person.
No, you don't got no reason to be disappointed. Cause see, when I want to, when I wanna, when I wanna do my thing, and listen, I may look a mess right now. I look like this right now. Man, please. So I'm gonna ask this question right now, so we can get on and finish this session right here. So, with every generation right now seem to hate the one before, hates the fact that relationships operated in a generation before differently. How do we see dating and relationships evolving into this next generation? I talked about how earlier, my thoughts about the movie Demolition Man and what I'm seeing as the foreseeable future of relationships and how that whole space gonna evolve. And then, with social media, we got so many distractions. We got so much that you can have through the access of your phone. At the click of a thumb, you on, these sites. So at the click of a thumb, you on somebody's page, scrolling down and seeing what they got going on. You can go 2, 3, 4 years back in the past. Oh, who is this? That's your baby?
Right.
All of this going on. So where do you think, seeing as how, I hear this a lot, Pastor Dozier, where you're talking about, when we when we have conversation that make mention of, hey, the old times, mom and daddy and granddaddy and grandmama, you know, you have so many people like, well, granddad was across town having babies with 3 kids, and and mama was at home being submissive, and it's 2020. And it's always seemed like this hate for the generation before. It always seemed like this.
I actually got a different approach to it. I actually think the younger generation is actually in a better situation than we are to a certain extent. So my point is, we had to choose. Mm-hmm. Is it beneficial or detrimental? Of course, we can say the majority will be detrimental. But I actually think they're in a better shot because for the first time, you have more people stepping out discussing the things that wasn't discussed. You got a younger generation now who's saying, hey, I'm not sure if Trump or Biden was good, so I didn't vote for neither one of them. You got critical thinkers now, people saying, hey, I just don't go to this church because my mom done went there. Like now you got people saying, I gotta go for something to talk. Like you got a bunch of young people now who are thinking stuff through, saying, hey, I don't know if I want children if I'm not gonna be a good parent. Like, and it was 9 days different. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? So I do think we have a generation that are thinkers. They see more than what we think they see, and they ain't got no problem with saying stuff like Clarence is proof of like, hey, yeah, it's not ideal for people to meet here, but I did. And you know, I ain't gonna knock. Like I'm open to, you know, how love come. So I'm saying I think you got a generation now who absolutely are more smarter, who are quicker to get the information. Now they got statistics on what you think is good and what's traditional. So I think they now are a group of younger generation. I just believe they have more access to, hey, this may work, this may not work. But do I think overall that the internet is destroying people left and right? I think you got a generation who always believe I got a better option because the phone told me.
Right. But I do believe that we are more critical thinkers. We are thinking things a little bit more deeply before we act. But at the same time, that's not going to negate the fact that it's still bad. It's a choice and decision we make every day. Yeah. And on top of the fact that you have people that's doing things in secret, in secrecy. You even got now, even in the phones, you got hidden folders and hidden collections of, you know, you can stash your little stuff off into your phone where so to me, I'm saying I agree with you. Yeah. That the phone is really putting us in a bad space because everybody feel like I'm strong enough to handle it. Like I got a phone, so what? Yeah, I'm on social media, but I'm strong enough to like that. No, it ain't controlling me. I'm controlling it. I know I can put my phone, but you can see with so many statistics that that's not the case, and that people are very much dependent upon their phone. Now, with that being said, when you have this device now, and it hadn't been in the past, it ain't like the flip phone. You playing Snake and you playing Minecraft and all of that, right? But still, the thought that I feel like people have now, being more critical thinkers, being in a space where there's more options, is like, well, I'd rather have these options than have it back in the day where there wasn't no options, where it wasn't no this, and mom and dad had to deal with each other, and they didn't always like each other. Mom, there's so many things that people can speak to as far as how relationships, even though we say, hey, they lasted 20 years though. They were together 30 years, They like, yeah, but you know, daddy was hitting on mama, or yeah, but you know, daddy was cheating on mama, or yeah, but it really wasn't even love. They just did it for the kids, and they really hated each other. Like there's so many. So now with all of this, I think the generations are moving beyond relationships. You got people, like I said, that's saying 30 years is I'm not even considering marriage before 30. This is a man saying that. Right now, of course, your point is valid, but still,
I still
that mindset down.
My personal belief is when all the smoke clear, and that man is outside of the chase, or that woman's outside of the man, and she's sitting by herself. I've seen people say the same thing about people in ministry, in church, and God. But it's like, hey, then you do it. Because I'm telling you, the problem is everybody assumes what mom and daddy was doing, I'm going to do it better. Right. So I always tell everybody, just live long enough to see, man, if I'm lying. Mm-hmm. Because the truth is, you spend your whole life trying to fight against and go against the grain, and now you 50 saying, I just don't want to be alone. Mm-hmm. Really? It's just late in the game. Right. You don't push everybody off that loves you away. You put your list in front of everybody, and then I'm just gonna work on me, and then and now all you got is you. Mm-hmm. Because love, I tell everybody, I know everybody talk about their parents. Oh, I can't stand my mom and dad, how they did it. They did it so wrong. But I'm telling you, until you become a parent, most parents do the best they can with what they have. And as they grow, they evolve. I know kids that don't like their older brothers because the younger kid got the best parent. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because the older kids, mom was testing and trying stuff. All I'm saying is that it ain't as easy. Love. The reason why we having these kind of conversations, and the reason why people scroll right past this and go to somebody's stupid silhouette challenge is because it ain't easy, and you can't do challenges through love. You got to really work at it, and no matter what the year is, you're going to have to work at it. Yeah. You're going to have to work at it, and it ain't always what it looked like in the post.
But it's 2021, Pastor.
And everybody joke about me saying that the girl had a boo-boo. Yes, if you can't love somebody, let me just cut across the grass. If you let me tell you when you're in love. When your husband, your wife, done lit the whole bathroom up, and you still say that's my baby though. That's love, man. Yeah. You halfway there. Mm-hmm. That sexy, beautiful. Her whole behind came out.
And just be, whoo, girl.
You just saying,
you know what?
There goes my baby. Like, what you gonna do? It's real life.
And exactly, but that right there, that reality, what you speak.
They don't want to talk about that.
Right, nobody want to talk about that. They want to scroll past that. They want to click off of that because, of course, I don't want to hear that. But then when it comes to experiencing that, it's a whole nother story. And Tamika, right, listen, she say, hey, I'm so glad we didn't have social media. Nowadays, social media has taught the younger generation to communicate, to not communicate unless it's with their thumbs. Typing, they rather text than talk. That's a fact.
Right.
That's 100% factual information because, of course, nowadays with the 2021 dating experience, like Pastor Dozier said, you're going to have to get it in a different type of way. And because of the younger generation saying, hey, listen, I don't like, man, listen, emoji, ha ha ha, emoji, and then let me see what I get back. And then that is supposed, and then you talk about it. A person will send something in all caps like, hell, hold up. So what that supposed to mean? Because like you just capitalize everything. Like that means that you yelling at me. Like I don't understand.
Yeah. Okay. I was like, why you talking to me like that?
Why you said it like that? And they're like, I ain't say nothing
at all.
Text the whole time.
The whole time.
Right. But and then we know how that can be misconstrued. Text be done twisted into the way I interpreted it.
Right. I just seemed like to me you was real. Specific about what you were saying at the time, and I'm just not understanding why you coming at me like this. It's a text. I said all of that.
Through a text. Well, just the way that you had worded it, I just felt like, you know what I mean? Because normally you would have said,
yeah. I don't know. I just personally believe that.
What is something on the ground?
I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I couldn't do it. Once I got on it, it's behind me. The post already behind me. Like I'm going on like it's fresh.
Okay, gotcha. So yeah, anyway, like guys, this whole topic is discussing, like I said, how the game is changing, man. As we are evolving, everything in this world is meant to evolve. You know what I mean? From the from the caterpillar to the butterfly, from the baby to the human to the old person. I mean, not a human, but the baby to the adult to the being an old person. Everything on this world, on this earth, is evolving, and with that, relationships is a part of that. So we got to talk about how things are changing. Being that we got the options, we have so much at the fingertips. To where does that help us? Is that expedient, as you would say to us, or is that detrimental to our future? Because we know we got kids coming up, looking at how we handling it, and we're gonna talk about this next. Actually, on Thursday, I'm talking it up with Phyla Antoine. She is Phyla. She's on Instagram. But yeah, we're gonna be talking about how are we raising our children to love or lose in relationships, and knowing that how the technology is a part of that, and where we going, man. Listen, it's. Like you said, mom and dad, if you live long enough, you'll realize, hey, mama wasn't lying. She had some game back then. If I would just listen long enough. But dad, he was trying to put
it ain't easy. It's just, my biggest thing about this generation is, in the cell phone is, you can't Google the answer to real love. Ooh. It ain't in there. These things help. I believe your relationship with God help. I believe going to worship help. But when the fight comes, the help is just the stuff you need in the fight. Mm-hmm. And when adversity comes, tough times come, man, you don't know what the next chapter gonna be. You don't know if the person you love gets in an accident and now she can't post another picture. Now what you got? Ooh. What happens when now your child's like this, her face is just like, come on, man.
All because of something that they seeing you go through. Or seeing something that you working through, and all of a sudden now they're like, well, I just thought because with what I ain't know no different. This is what I saw through you. This is what I saw you and daddy go through. This is what I saw you and, the stepdad or stepmama. You know what I mean? All of these things are affecting it. So, that's what I got on it, man. I have to discuss it because I feel like we got to talk about where we're going. We talk about, hey, where we been, You know, then like we say, we turning this Corona corner, this pandemic season. We trying to put that in the past and keep that history. But how everything changing? I said, listen, the supply and demand that switched up. Now people feeling like, man, listen, I don't know no more. Maybe my window has passed me. And then on the other hand, you got people that say, hey, listen, I need to get it right now, however it comes. So regardless, this is a 2021 dating experience. Pastor, what you got to say before we get on up out of here?
I personally think the same thing. I just don't know if I don't know if 2021 we understand how valuable time is. I think 2021. I think last year was not a year so much to get everything you want. I think it's just appreciate so much you have. And I don't know if we're appreciating, man, the opportunities we have on earth to live. Man, life is short. Make your next move your best move and throw your little list away, because you might discover that list was written, or rewrite the list. That list was written back when you was hurting and pain. Mm-hmm. Come up with a better list. Right. Get yourself a 2021 list. That's the first step. Stop writing these quarantine lists. People don't care. And I know we're in Florida, and a whole lot of people don't like us right now, but I can't choose where I live, and I definitely can't choose who the governor is. But we open. So, if you're in Florida, make your list a little more open.
Right.
I'm just telling you the truth.
And listen, the case is going down 30% the past 3 weeks. The deaths in Florida done going down the last 3 weeks. I'm telling people like, hey man, listen, before people start be flooding Florida.
And listen, I talked to Mother the other day. Mother, she'll be 101 in April. She said it reminds me so much of what it was back in the 50s when pneumonia came. Mm-hmm. We couldn't understand how people died from pneumonia. Was it from the cold? Was it from the this? Now here we are, 60 years later, 80 years later. We know for a fact that people can get pneumonia. Is it from the cold? Is it from touching people? We don't have a clue.
Right.
Do you know you can die from it? Yes. What do you do to treat it? We don't know. But at the end of the day, people living. Mm-hmm. But it was a big deal back then.
Fact.
To this day, you catch somebody old right now, they say, Clarence, wrap yourself up. Now you go back around catch pneumonia.
That pneumonia jump on you now.
That pneumonia get you. But I'm saying, man, if God's allowing you to live, and I'm not talking anything against anybody. I know pre-existing conditions and all the stuff. I'm not saying that, hey, do not do all the things that need to be, careful. But I'm saying don't draw the line of love. That's all I'm saying. You never know how God's gonna bring you love. So I'm saying stay open. Don't forget to pray. I believe prayer helps. Sometimes prayer help you, man. Lord, help me with this raggedy little list I got that I know I couldn't deal with a man if he had the same list I got.
Right. I'll be looking at it like, how you put this on your list?
Yeah, come on, man. Get some realistic. Get some realistic. I got people that's 35 years old talking about he better not have no kids.
What?
The man can't have no kids. He's 35.
That's crazy. That's nuts. I don't understand.
At 35,
no way
he can't have. I'm not saying, hey, well, I would prefer he don't like. He can't have no kids.
Period.
Man.
Point blank. Period.
That's crazy.
Man, listen. And this is why, like I said, I felt it necessary.
I don't even heard the latest thing about age and yearly wage.
Age and
they call it age yearly wage. So if you're 35, you got at least to make $35,000 a year. You're 40, you need to at least make $40,000 a year. Least.
Where is this coming from? This cosmopolitan? What is it?
Who's
making this stuff up?
I don't know. Because come on, you 40 years old and you make less than $40,000 a year?
Right. But are we talking about business? We talking about love, man.
Yeah. All this stuff.
Love don't pay the bill. Listen, I want to. Love don't do that. Like, oh my goodness. But then when you
because you can pay bills and be lonely. Look what lonely pay.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? My love don't pay the bill. Well, tell me what lonely pay. So anyway,
that's a straight up fact. And to me, like I said, when it comes to the 2021 dating experience, you got everybody that's looking at each other crazy. You got everybody that's turning on each other. And especially in our community, I posted something the other day.
Say that.
Everybody that went through pain, everybody that hurt somebody on the other side. But we point too many fingers at each other. We looking at each other like, hey, listen, well, you ain't good enough. If you make, like, even now, people say, hey, listen, 40,000, 50,000, that ain't even enough. Like, okay, you make that, but so what? Like, can you do this? Can you do that? Are you this? And so many people are not looking at themselves, looking in the mirror and asking, hey, am I going to provide this for this person? Am I going to support? Am I going to be able to at least be able to bring this person some of the things they desire? If I got so many... No, it's about self. It's about what I can get. And this is where it's all coming from. This is where it's all coming from. So we gotta chop it up. I need y'all to hit that share button. I need y'all to share this with somebody, because to me, I know somebody that really is going through it, where in this space it's so much doubt, disbelief, and fear. You got everybody that's looking at so much of what's out there as, I don't know if I really want it. It's like the hokey pokey ministry. You dabbling, you dipping, you jumping in and out, but you never really committing to nothing. And you saying you want something real. We got to talk about it. We got to discuss it.
I said in the shade room, they talk about the same thing.
Absolutely. So this is nothing.
It's real life. It's real stuff.
We're not experiencing it. It's just that, are we experiencing it and talking about it in a way to where we really saying what we're going to do about it? And that's where we coming in the Male Translations Podcast, break down the difference of what men say and women hear, giving men a voice, giving women insight on relationships, the men's voice when it comes to relationship. I hope y'all enjoyed this episode, because, like I say, every week, man, we looking to hit y'all with a banger, something thought-provoking that allows you to really go home, or go, if you're at home, take this throughout the rest of the week and dwell on it, think about it, meditate on it, if you will. Just because a lot of these things, man, we all going through, just handling it differently. Somebody saying, hey, listen, ain't nothing out there to be found. You got somebody else that's saying, hey, listen, I can't wait to find my this or my that. So it's a matter of perception. If you change the way you look at things, they'll change. And that's what we're gonna leave that on that.
Yeah, sir.
And